Hi, this is GILA, still with Pooh Bear behind me as well. There is supposedly a Chinese curse. May you live in interesting times. And we certainly do. Of course, politics has always been a somewhat dirty business, but certainly I grew up with the belief that at least within the legal system there was a genuine attempt to give justice to everyone. Well, that is, if you could afford to use it or were sufficiently poor to be given legal aid. But that was the idea. In the USA, it seems that politics trumps everything. Yes, I know that's a really bad pun, isn't it? We have never seen such a sustained attempt to try to reverse the decision of the American people to elect President Trump. Through the whole Russia collusion hoax, the Mueller witch hunt, and now the Democrats still want to impeach this man who genuinely loves his country and its people, who can't be bought or blackmailed, and who has improved the US economy greatly and who did nothing wrong to win the election. And in Britain, while investigating the systematic rape and abuse of thousands of children by Muslim gangs was considered as being seen as potentially racist for many years, never mind their lives were destroyed, we can't be seen as being politically incorrect, can we? Just a thought, why have we not heard about any similar appalling crimes in London where there's a huge population of Muslims? Not only do we have the thought police tracking down anyone who doesn't abide by the politically correct hate crime legislation, but in addition, if you dare to criticize the hatred and bigotry towards non-adherents contained within Islamic ideology, you must supposedly be a racist, a Nazi, or someone from the extreme right. Ironically, of course, Islamic ideology is actually very akin to Nazism in its supremacism, its bigotry, and promotion of violence. And indeed, Adolf Hitler himself admired Islam very much because of its similarities to his own belief system. Tommy Robinson, a brave man who's dared to stand up against the hatred contained within Islamic ideology, has been vilified by the press and persecuted by the establishment for years, and he faces ridiculous and politically motivated charges on the 4th of July. And in addition to him, more and more non-politically correct voices are being silenced by the liberal-leaning power brokers of the virtual monopolies of Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. People are being demonetized. It's harder and harder to find their videos. I've never tried to monetize mine. I don't intend to do so. I'm a professional composer and teacher and musician, but I have felt moved to speak out simply because I no longer live in Britain. I live in a free country where the police are not going to come knocking on my door if I dare say anything politically incorrect. But personally, because I support Tommy Robinson, I have myself been falsely accused of being supposedly a racist and a bigot for doing so, when frankly nothing could be further from the truth. Unfortunately, the lies spread about this brave man are still believed by far too many people who surely need to wake up, and soon, as to what is really happening to our once great land of Britain. And yet, as the results of the recent European elections surely showed, most people still want to live in freedom, value their national histories and identities, and want human decency to prevail. We still have the power to preserve our hard-won human rights, but we need to use that power and be silent no more, whatever the consequences for us personally. What are we going to bequeath to our children and our grandchildren? It's surely up to us to keep Britain great, and to do all we can to make it once more a land of freedom, with real and equal justice for all, where everyone has the potential to make a good life, with hard work and respect for human decency and human rights. Speak truth and don't be afraid. And whether you believe in him or not, that's up to you. Nevertheless, I wish that may God bless us all of us who value truth and decency and human rights, and who love Tommy Robinson. Thank you so much for listening. Have a good day, have a good weekend. Thank you, goodbye.